Hey everybody, today we are going to read the Bird's Free Lunch, which is an excerpt from The Wit of a Duck and Other Papers by John Burroughs. John Burroughs, 1837 to 1921, was a popular nature writer whose essays helped start the conservation movement. He was best known for his essays about birds, flowers, and rural scenes observed from his home in the Catskills Mountains of New York. Of his beloved home, Burroughs said, "Those hills comfort me as no other place in the world." One winter, I fastened pieces of suet and marrow bone upon the tree in front of my window. Then I sat at my desk and watched the birds eat their free lunch. The jays bossed the woodpeckers bossed the chickadees, and the chickadees bossed the kinglet. The kinglet was the least of all, a sort of hip-o'-my-thumb bird. He became quite tame, and one day alighted upon my arm as I stood leaning against the tree. I could have put my hand upon him several times. I wonder where he roosted. He was all alone. He liked the fare so well that he seemed disposed to stop till spring. During one terrible night of wind and snow and zero temperature, I feared he would be swept away. I thought of him in the middle of the night, when the violence of the storm kept me from sleep. Imagine this solitary atom in feathers drifting about in the great Arctic, out of doors and managing to survive. I fancied him in one of my thick spruces, his head under his tiny wing, buffeted by wind and snow, his little black feet clinging to the perch, and wishing that morning would come. The fat meat is fuel for him. It keeps up the supply of animal heat. None of the birds will eat lean meat. They want the clear fat. The jays alighted upon it and peck away with great vigor, almost standing on tiptoe to get the proper sweep. The woodpeckers uses his head alone in pecking, but the jay's action involves the whole body. Yet his blows are softer, not so sharp and abrupt as those of the woodpecker. Pecking is not exactly his business. Before we leave today, I want you to check out what hip-o'-my-thumb means. Very small, and it is a reference to a folktale character, Tom Thumb, who would fit into the palm of a person's hand. You may know who Tom Thumb is.